Hello, my name is George Elias, Powerful Witness Ministries in the San Diego area. I'd like to be able to give you a hint on evangelism. There's many different ways of evangelism. People do a lot of different things, but I'd like to be able to start giving you just little thoughts here and there that I think would help. Things that many times people don't always think about, but something that it can produce much fruit. I'm all about bringing families to Jesus. You know, I have found out that the greatest realm of evangelism generally happens amongst those people that you already know. I mean, I've been on the streets for years, and I talk to people that are absolute strangers year after year after year. I talk to people everywhere I go. God points people out to me, I approach them, and I minister the gospel to them, and many of them come to Christ. But one of the areas that really is close to my heart, that just tugs at my heart, are my own family members, or people that I know that have family members that really cry out to God daily for their salvation. So this is entitled, Create a Family Spark. And to be able to create a family spark, what this entails is if you have people in your congregation, for instance, many people with your own family are tired of listening to you. You've talked to them about Jesus, you've ministered to them, and they don't always respond anymore because they're burned out on what you have to say. But yet there's a lot of questions in their heart that really no one can answer. And I've seen this happen year after year after year. So what we started doing is we started finding people within the congregation or within friends or family that we know that have a grandmother, an elderly person, a cousin, a son or a daughter, or even it could be a neighbor. It could be neighborhood kids that just have questions, that little stumbling blocks, and I call them stumbling blocks a lot of times, that keep them from coming to church, keep them from making a commitment to the Lord. It could be around many things. It could be around, they just don't believe in God. They have this atheistic mentality or agnostic mentality that they really are not interested in coming to God. It could be centered around issues concerning salvation versus works. It could be the issue concerning the reality of heaven, the reality of hell. It could be about issues about what they're doing right now, thinking in their own life that they're fairly decent people. I'm a good person. There's nothing wrong with me. I give my money. I give my money to World Vision or to some other organization, and that makes me a halfway decent person. I don't really do anything wrong. So there's a lot of little stumbling blocks that people hold on to, and yet they're a part of your family. So in order to create a family spark, let's say, for instance, you attend church, but you have these family members or friends, or again, it could be even a neighbor, that you know that you've talked to time and time and time again, but yet are not budging. So you go to the throne room, you pray for them, you intercede for them, but yet this is something that has worked, and I've seen it work many times, is you bring someone, you actually bring someone from your congregation, somebody that you trust, that's very knowledgeable in the things of God, and a competent teacher, somebody that knows the Word well, that is able to convey the things of God to other people in a good way, and actually bring them to your home, and with your family's permission, let them come in and discuss with those that you're concerned about. Debate with them. You know, I use the word debate. You know, let them argue with you. You're there to create a family spark. Many times, just around a situation to where there's debate going on, try to stay away from the word argue. But the point is sometimes around a challenge concerning what's keeping them from coming to Christ. And I've seen this happen year after year with people that I've actually just butted heads with, people that I actually just confronted concerning specific issues, only to find out that the Spirit of God was tugging at their heart, only to find out that the things that I said to them really caught their attention, really helped them, only to find out that they actually came to know the Lord. Maybe not right then and there because they're processing everything that's going on that you shared with them, but then with the Holy Spirit just continuing to work on them and convict them at a later date, many times within a few days, they made a commitment to the Lord, or they showed up at church because someone took the time to debate with them. Someone took the time to challenge them about what's keeping them back. So my thought for you I trust, because I know I've done this many times with people that I know, with people that have issues. And I'm able to do that. We're practicing this in our own church. But with people that you know, that you trust, that are competent, that are able to really convey the gospel message clearly, just focusing on their testimony, they can go into your home and with your family's permission, or just telling them, look, someone is going to come and just talk to you. I ask you please to talk to them, debate with them, argue with them, whatever you want to do. Let them be there, and let there be a little bit of a confrontation, a little bit of a debate. It needs to be done properly, but I'll guarantee you, if the Spirit of God is in it, there could be a spark that begins to happen within that family, within that person's heart, that can draw them to a full knowledge of knowing Jesus Christ as Lord. Many times it's just around maybe an elderly person that just can't come to church, but has so many questions in his or her heart that needs someone to actually pay them a visit and actually discuss it with them. And I have seen in years past, when I began to minister to one person in a home, and I began to go on a weekly basis and teach them, generally what happens is the rest of the family end up sitting in on the conversation. And before I know it, I have a whole family that I'm teaching and working with or discipling. So it's something that you can practice. I call it create a family spark. Have someone with that kind of heart. I pray that God will guide you. I know I'm practicing it. It's worked well for us. I pray it'll work for you as well. Thank you. This is George Elias, Powerful Witness Ministry, San Diego, California. God bless.